What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be starting off with these little guys right here, and these guys are going to be going outside. And that sun is bright. Okay. So last year we did the sort of same thing to where I'm going to be setting up this pool pond, and this is the same pool pond I used last year for these turtles because it is getting hot enough outside to where, you know, the turtles are going to be enjoying the sun, UVB. But a while ago, I actually caught my turtles fighting, and I messaged Dan the Turtle Man, who I've made a video with in the past. But normally, female turtles don't fight because supposedly both of my turtles were bred to be females. And he says they really just need a bigger enclosure. So what I'm doing for the summer, they're going to be going in here. Once it's winter, I'm probably going to upgrade to about a 40-gallon long, and then that's going to go in the house. But, I mean, if you guys remember, this tank actually right here, and technically this tank which is clearing up, these guys were actually both upstairs in the house. What happened is I actually don't know what happened. Somehow a bunch of water got all around, and we tried to see if one of the tanks leaked because, you know, there was a bunch of water damage over where these turtles were, and we still didn't find out if something leaked or if I somehow just spilt a bunch of water. But either way, that's why they're in the garage. I'm also about to go on a trip to Florida. But yeah, that's why they're here again. Because we can't keep them upstairs because it's kind of bad. First, we're going to be setting up the pool pond right here. Then we're going to be adding substrate and decor. We're going to fill it with water. And then we're going to set up the filter. This is the whole freaking bucket of stuff that I used last year. We got filter pads here. We got the legs to finish over there. Filter pads, hopefully this pump works. But before I actually set that up, I am going to grab this tarp. Now the reason is because technically this thing is it's a super thin liner. This thing is not like the most durable, it's pretty thin. This whole thing's gonna be sort of about in this area here, and I'm gonna be placing this tarp down there, and it's basically gonna cover the ground, so when all the water weight and rocks are in here, it's not gonna be on here to where, you know, little pebbles could puncture it. It's gonna be on top of the tarp. All right, the whole pool setup, I think this is only about, I think it's like $30–40, so filled all the way to the top, it's like 80 to 100 gallons. So it's definitely not too bad of a price. All the products I use will be linked down in the description if you want to check them out and buy them. This is just my setup that I do. So I don't want to put the water in yet because when I put the substrate, which is going to be rocks and sand, I don't want, you know, my water to get all cloudy. So I'm going to put the substrate in first. A lot of people don't actually like to use sand. I just like it because it's better than like small pebbles that they could choke on and die. And if they happen to eat the sand somehow, they mistake it for food, it's normally small enough to pass through their system. And they've been in sand in the fish tank, in the garage, and in my house for a long time. I haven't seen really any problems, but you know, you never know. So if I have to change it sometime, I will. I don't think I have enough sand unless I have extra somewhere. So I have to go to the hardware store. With all my stuff, somehow I always end up going to Lowe's. They just always have the best pond stuff, best dirt, whatever you want. I'm looking for play sand. Super cheap, great idea for substrates with anything you have. I don't know if paver sand is the same thing. It just says it's a properly graded fine sand meant for putting in between flagstones and stuff like this. So there is play sand, but I guess paver sand, I guess is also gonna work, so we're gonna go for that. In the sand, there's just a lot of dirt and dust that you don't need. So just fill this bucket up with the sand, then run a hose in it. All the dirty water is gonna flow out. And then once you see the water's all clean, flowing out, then it's going in the pond. It really looks like that paver sand actually isn't the best. So I'm gonna try to actually get most of it out of that pond. And hopefully I can later return these 2 bags. But I need to go find play sand. All right, well, I went to Home Depot this time and they did not have play sand. They had whatever freaking paver sand. I don't know what that was, but I just ended up picking up some pond rock. You know, they're big enough to where no turtle's really gonna eat it. So next, gotta worry about the decor, right, Carly? Right, Carly? Hi. You're so cute. Mwah. But guys, if this video can get 50 likes, I will get 2 new turtles for the next video when we put the turtles in here. Because what we're gonna be doing is once this is all filled up, you have to cycle the pond, cycle the water. You have to get some ammonia in there, and then it all kind of, like, that's like the light switch that just flickers and makes the whole system go around. So we're gonna be putting some goldfish in here while I'm gone on vacation, and then after that the turtles are gonna go in. And I wanted to talk about legit, just some real life stuff later today, and I want to start doing more videos why I suck at fish keeping. So yeah, I'm not joking. And honestly, there's a lot of dirt in these rocks, so this water is probably gonna get too muddy. So I'll probably end up putting a pump in here and just, you know, adding fresh water while the dirty water gets pumped out, and eventually you're just left with fresh water, if that makes sense. All right, so you can see it pretty much did what I said. It'd get all dirty, so I'm running fresh water and pumping out the dirty water. And so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make a bridge right now, but I at least have 2 basking spots. One right here, and then I have 1 rock down here so they can kind of climb up easier. And then I have this larger one right here. And it looks like the water level is gonna be actually pretty good, because remember, I don't actually want it all the way to the top, because this is what happened with that last turtle. He actually climbed up this tubing. So I gotta make sure it is a few inches below this actual edge. So I'm gonna work on the filtration, get the tubing all set up. I have a different pump, not that one that's gonna go in here. And then I'm using this little waterfall. I gotta cut off this tubing and take that little hose ring off. So that's gonna be the waterfall. We're gonna have to stack bricks up there so that it sort of, you know, drains off the edge. And then we're gonna fill it with some lava rock for biological filtration and these filter pads. All right, some of this, you know, water is still gonna be a little bit dirty. I put lava rock as biological filtration at the bottom of this. And then I got filter pads, as you can see, at the top. You can get these little falls pretty much anywhere, Lowe's, Home Depot, or just Amazon, you can get them. And then I got the hose all the way over here. Hopefully this all still works. But these are the fish that are going in. We got all these little mollies and platies. We might add some more. Again, if we get 50 likes, we'll get two new turtles. You saw these guys, but we have a Mississippi map turtle that is hiding somewhere. But as pond dechlorinator, I'm gonna add 2 capfuls of Fritz Pond Complete. I've never had problems with it. It's never like changed color of my water. It's done, you know, amazing. And then this stuff is a lifesaver. This is Aquascape's beneficial bacteria. As some of you know, I work for a pond company, and they are Aquascape contractors. So I'm used to a lot of these Aquascape products, but this, even if you have a fish tank, 1 scoop of this, it's just a powder inside. 1 scoop of this treats 100 gallons, and they fill it to pretty much the tippy top. So this lasts for, again, 104,000 gallons, it says. And I'll put probably 1 or 2 scoops of this in the pond, and for like every day for a week maybe, and then after that, once a week. But this stuff is gonna go in the pond too. I also got to show love to the API products. I got some pH down for the pond, because our pH out here runs a little high. And then I got Aqua Essential, which is basically API's little version of some beneficial bacteria. Detoxifies ammonia and nitrate, removes chloramines, chlorine, heavy metals. So I like that. I'm quite literally just sitting here next to the boat, because there's something I want to talk to you all about, because I haven't been on YouTube for a while, just real talk here and there, because we are going to be getting the goldfish soon. I just really wanted to talk about one thing before we go and get the goldfish. I'll probably wait till tomorrow. I'll let it run overnight. I'll add the bacteria tonight. Again, all these products are linked in the description. I'm not trying to sell you anything. These are literally just all the stuff I use. And if you want to use what I use, you can check it out. I do get a small portion if you buy something with my links down below. That is one way to support me. The one thing I want to talk about is admitting something, and what I'm going to be saying might set a lot of you guys free too. There's currently 2 koi fish in my pond, an orange one and a white one. I love them to death. I've had them in there for about a month, but originally I also had a beautiful Japanese, pure Japanese kohaku koi. I love the colors when I picked it out. It was amazing. I loved the koi. It was probably my favorite koi that I had. But after about maybe a week that I had it, it died. The reason was because I'll show you some footage now. I was gonna do a video on it, and I'll probably show it later. I probably won't post that video because I did an entire pond clean out. It was sort of after I started working for the pond building company that I do right now. And I just got a bunch of ideas in my head, and I wanted to clean out my pond. I already had ideas to do that for like a couple months. It was just sort of running with nothing for a little bit. So I did a complete pond clean out. I did 100% everything. I tried to get literally all of the dirt out of the pond. And I thought that when I filled it up, there could be some bacteria left on the filter pads, maybe some bacteria left in the pond that would be enough to where when I put all new water in it, it would look amazing and I'd be able to add fish within just a few days. But that isn't how it turned out. Once I got the fish and the Japanese kohaku died, which I was mad. I was like, I mean, it was only like 60, 70 bucks maybe. It could have been 40, but I think it was like 60 bucks. But I picked him out. I picked him out of every other fish. The one that I wanted, that I thought it had a nice big head to it. I thought it would grow big in the future and look amazing. It died. I was mad. And it ended up my nitrites sky high. Killed that fish. My nitrites were out of this world. So I knew what I had to do. I had to go get pond salt, which doesn't get rid of it, but it's kind of like it'll help the fish. It will help the fish hopefully survive a little bit longer. So I added a bunch of salt to my pond, and my 2 fish now are okay. I did a small water change recently, so I haven't tested the pond that much. I kind of just been letting it run, adding bacteria, the powder stuff that I showed you guys earlier. Because that's the thing. I suck at fish keeping. I do. I admit it. I suck at fish keeping. I knew I should have tested the water before I added fish. My filter pads were like dry. I vacuumed almost every piece of dirt out of that pond, literally. There was no bacteria left in there. There was nothing in my pond to counter the ammonia, spiking the nitrite, turning nitrates, things like that. I'm not even exactly sure. I have to keep doing research on how that all works, because I always get confused. But that's the thing with failures, is that it took me the longest time to figure this out, that with failures become your biggest successes. You have to learn to love failure, and not like love it when it happens, but love what happens after. Because with failure, what did you learn? You learned something. If you had instant success, imagine something goes wrong later, you have no idea what to do, because you succeeded on your first try. And I've been failing for a while. I've had some beta fish die, I've had koi die. I think I've had this exact situation happen before. You just have to keep learning from it. Getting comfortable with failure is not something I like. It's gonna be a very valuable skill for me and you guys, either right now or in the future. Thankfully, all my aquarium fish are still alive. I've had my turtles for, I think this might be 2 years now. I've had all the molly and platy fish that are in there. They've survived. My beta fish has survived. The neon tetras have survived in there. My flower horn has survived. And they're not as, they're a lot more vulnerable than ponds. Ponds are a larger body of water. Kind of easier if something small goes wrong, because it's a larger body of water, they can handle it a lot easier. If it's a small fish in a small aquarium with even just a medium or small disease or something going wrong in there, your fish is gonna die. Your fish literally have to rely on you. They cannot change the water. They did not choose to be in a tank 5-sat. They didn't choose to be where they are. They can't. And when they die, it's just sad, because it's literally your fault. It is. But hopefully you learn something from it. Hopefully. And that you become so comfortable with it that you don't even see failure as failure. You see failure as just the next part of success, because you get to learn from it. But admitting you suck, admitting that you're bad at something, is so great to lift off your chest. That's the main point of this. I admit I suck at fish keeping. Now, yes, I'm still learning and trying not to suck at it. I've had I haven't actually shared this with anyone. And I know some of you are actually gonna watch this. And you're gonna know how I feel about it. I have a brother, I have friends that watch my videos, I have friends that watch my videos. And I hate to say it, but there have been quite a few deaths on this channel. Animal-wise, fish-wise. Some I couldn't do anything about. Some behind the scenes, you know, obviously I didn't do anything on purpose, but you know, I don't know, maybe I got lazy with it. I need to learn to often test my water. That's what you have to do with fish keeping. But my brother, my friends, literally my friends and my friends' friends, my brother's friends, they'll talk about me. They will literally say like, oh, you have a fish channel, but all your fish die. And you know, you kind of got to smile, laugh it off, but it hurts. It does, it hurts my feelings. And they're like, oh, well, you're killing fish, like, oh, it's part of it, you got to know how to do it. It's like, I'm learning. Like, I'm learning. That's all I can do. I fail, and I try to learn from it. Sometimes it doesn't always go my way. But it hurts when people say that. It does. But that's great about admitting something. I admit that I suck at fish keeping. I'm not trying not to. But when you admit something, you've already put it into the universe. Like, imagine some fish dies, I make a video on it, the guy says, you suck at fish keeping. Yeah, I've literally said that. I said it right now. I've literally said it. It doesn't hurt anymore. Because I've said it. I admitted it. Publicly. And what? Is someone gonna type down in the comments, oh, you suck at fish keeping? I said it. There's literally no point that you have to write that. It doesn't hurt as much. I want to document over create. I know I've put a lot of effort into videos in the past. I want to do sort of this thing, and it's going to take a few months, maybe a year to get more comfortable with it. I want to keep it a lot more raw, but I want to do segments sort of like this to where maybe people are struggling out there with the same things I do. Maybe you don't suck at fish keeping. Maybe you suck at something else. Put it on your Instagram story right now and admit it. Put it out there into the world. I want to challenge you that something you like, maybe something you don't like. Maybe you suck at it. Put it out there into the world. Once you say it, what are people going to keep saying? You suck? You already said it. There's no point of them to say it now. They can. But you already released it into the world. You already put that weight off your chest. Can't hurt you as deep anymore. Or at all. It's just something you gotta be comfortable with. I'm learning new stuff every day. And I wanted to just share this with you guys. And I hope you guys got something out of this. I know I'm just sitting here. I'll try to make this more entertaining. I just wanted to put this out there. I needed to put this out there. That pond, I'm gonna put bacteria in it. Hopefully it gets all better by tomorrow. Maybe clears up a little bit. And then we're gonna go get goldfish tomorrow. Gotta go after church. And that's gonna cycle. And then the next video, if you guys can get it to 50 likes, by the time I get back, maybe I can buy turtles by then for the pond. But I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go outside. Okay, we can go. And okay, go potty. Oh, it's bright. Oh, okay. Yeah, I woke up like 20 minutes ago. I mean, the pond's looking freaking sweet now. I mean, I know you haven't had like a full update on it, but that's an old plant, so it's kind of dead, but we got lily pads growing. And there's like a little shoot coming up right there. That's going to be a plant. But again, that's not the reason why I'm freezing my butt out here. Is there a leak? It looks like a lot of water went out. So, the reason I think there could be a leak in here, well, for one, this. You can see the water level was here last night, and that's where it is today. I'm gonna fill all this back up. I'm gonna test it myself. I don't wanna bore you with that. If there is some sort of leak, I'm just gonna buy a new one and literally set it all up, and then we'll see from there. All right, it's after work. We're gonna put the goldfish in the pond. They don't like filming here. Sadly, they've let me film here plenty of times, but they've been stricken down on me, which sucks. freaking PetSmart. But anyways, we'll try to get some footage around and pick up just some feeder goldfish. All right, we picked up 20 goldfish. Now there's a chance a lot of these, maybe half of these could die. But Colin's gonna be taking care of my pets while I'm gone because these guys are gonna start cycling that turtle pond. And then I guess once it's all ready and everything's stable within probably 2 or 3 weeks, then all the turtles will be going in. And if you guys can get this video to 50 likes, then we'll buy some new turtles when that time comes. Okay, so with some fish that we got going on over there, we actually do have some mosquito fish, which you'll learn about soon. All right, so I just throw them in the net here. They appear to all be alive, and they'll all, you can kind of see them in there. They just look like brown little minnows. Right there, you can see them. I think one was sort of pregnant, I don't know. But that's the little method we use for putting fish in here. You know, trying not to use the pet store water, putting it in my water. So you just poke a hole, water goes through, fish go in the net, and there's all our goldfish. We got 20, we got some colorful ones, we got a little white one there, a couple brown/gray ones, but dump them out, and there they go. So they're gonna come in here, produce ammonia. But yeah, I kind of waterfall foam this in, so that's gonna stay. You know, turtles, they can bask on here, they can bask on here. If they want to, they can get even higher. But again, we're not putting turtles in it right now. I mean, I'd say the pond turned out pretty dope. I think it's gonna go along good. We're gonna get some live plants. Again, maybe another turtle, but definitely in about 2 weeks, we'll get another turtle. Once I start posting these videos, because I think I'm gonna have a couple lined up before I actually start getting them out there, then I'm probably gonna try to post once a week. You know, it may not always happen, but starting back up, I'm gonna do my best. But I hope you visionaries are having an amazing day. Peace, love, positivity, find your vision and follow. Be a visionary today and subscribe. Bible verse of the day, we're still gonna do that. We got Psalms 37:4. Take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Not your heart, not just what you want, not just your selfish desires, but what you'll need and what God knows is going to be best for you. I hope you all have an amazing day. Peace.